What are you saying? No, they can't hear you from over there, sweetie.
Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, she's coming back. God help us.
I'm going to recite the best paragraph in the whole book.
I thought you didn't like him.
Oh, but this is the best paragraph.
Okay.
Okay, I can't do any voice. Should I make Kurda language?
Shall I read it?
No, I want to read it.
You read it then.
Congratulations, gentlemen. After today's great victory, nothing stands between your good selves and the futile war with the Vampanese. You've cleared the way for Mr. Tiny's prophecy to come to pass. Enjoy your celebrations. This may be the last chance you get to bang your drums and brag about your valor. As of tonight, the clock is ticking. When it stops, our time is finished. Every vampire in this hall, on this world, is damned. Smiling bitterly, Curtis snapped loose the chains around his right hand, brought his fingers to his forehead and eyes, and made the death's touch sign at the princes. Even in death.
I know it's a typo, okay?
May you be triumphant.
Okay, we had to pause there because there was a... See, my friend did this picture for me. It's a really fantastic... Yeah, you can finish it in a minute. It's a really fantastic picture of Kurda doing the death's touch sign. It's really good. Anyway, and she's put that paragraph, typed it up next to it.
Post it up, maybe.
Yeah, we'll probably post it up. I'll get her permission to try and post it up. Anyway, the paragraph is in it, and there's a bit of a typo. Instead of saying, even in death may you be triumphant, it says, even in death maybe you be triumphant. It has the word maybe in it, which I think is a great word. It's not in the dictionary, but maybe is great.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so are you going to finish that?
I need to stop laughing first. Thanks, even in death may you be triumphant. We are so mocking this. We don't mean to. He quotes sarcastically and angrily. Angry, desolate tears glittered at the corners of his blue eyes. Oh, bless him.
I didn't actually get around to actually doing a spoiler warning. This is the spoiler warning. The following podcast may contain spoilers.
It's not really a podcast, really, because, well, you could download it and put it in your iPod if you're very, very clever.
Yeah, but
we're actually making this on Windows Media Player, so you might not be able to...
Probably won't be able to.
Compatibility.
Probably not. Can I read my favourite bit? Okay. Alright, this is my favourite bit, and it takes place at the end of Lord of the Shadows. So if you haven't read it all the way through, don't listen. Yeah, go and read it now. Don't listen to this. Go and read it now.
It's book 11, so come on, people, you're near the end. Unless you skip book 11 and went straight to book 12, then shame on you.
Yeah.
Because so many good
I
things
think this is my best. This is my
so
favourite.
many good things happen in book 11.
I think this is my favourite.
I can't remember. What comes next? Book 12?
Yes, you idiot. Sons of Destiny. Okay. Alright. So this is my favourite bit. Okay? Yeah, this is the sad bit with ShanCast and yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
tissues.
This bit. You go get
Everyone
your tissues, honey. Steve's eyes lingered on Ever a long moment. He was smiling hopefully, hands half reaching out to his son, then settled on me. He stopped stroking ShanCast's hair and gently placed a hand on either side of his head. Remember the games we played when we were children? He asked craftily. What games? I frowned. I had a terrible feeling, a sense of total doom. But I could do nothing but follow his lead. Dare games, Steve said, and something in his voice made RV and Gannon pause and look round. Steve's face was expressionless, but his eyes were alive with insane glee. Well, one of us would say, I dare you to do this, and stick his hand in a fire or jab a pin in his leg. The other would have to copy him, remember? No, I moaned. I knew what was coming. I knew I couldn't stop it. I knew I'd been a fool and made a fool's mistake. I'd assumed Steve was even the slightest bit human. I dare you to do this, Darren, Steve whispered dreadfully. Before I could reply, before anything else could happen, he seized ShanCast's head tightly, twisted it sharply to the left, then the right. ShanCast's neck snapped. Steve dropped him. ShanCast fell to the floor. Steve had killed him. That's my favourite bit. Call me sadistic, but I think it's great. Oh no! Right, guys, you can't see this, but Naomi's actually got tears in her eyes.
Because it's ShanCast.
I know, ShanCast is cute as well. Okay, alright. I've got a bit... Sorry, I've just remembered something. Alright, I've got to have a bit of a rant here. Because...
She's going to rant. If it's about marriage, then turn off.
No, it's not about... This isn't my marriage rant. This is... Okay, guys, I don't know if you're as thorough as me about this, but in Vampire Prince, there is... When Kurda gets discovered, he's having his... What? Oh, shut up. Okay, so, yeah, Darren goes in, exposes Curda, and there are 3 vampires. And they kind of, they break free, and they're obviously working with Curda. And one of them is named. He breaks free and tries to go after Darren. And Curda stops. I'll have to find this, actually.
Cyrus.
Yes, Cyrus. But Curda stops him. And he ends up killing himself.
I have to think which Cyrus. Too many Cyruses.
Which is quite sad.
See, this is why you need this singly, Ellie. She's rifling through the Vampire Rights trilogy because she hasn't got them singly. She's got the trilogies.
Well, you can kiss my butt.
I'm just going to read a sandwich.
You're going to read a sandwich.
You have that silly saying stuck in my head and I never even heard any of his things.
Well, I'm going to have a sandwich.
Eddie Izzard, for those people who don't know. Bye-bye, microphone.
Eddie Izzard. Yeah, this is Eddie Izzard copyright. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this whole thing is actually Darren Shan copyright because we're reading out extracts of the books which don't belong to us. So
yeah, all
Darren
right
Shan.
reserved. They all belong to Darren Shan, and he's done a great job at it. And
obviously,
yeah. So none of this
I love
is ours.
this guy. If anybody ever asks me, when you have these stupid interviews and people say, "Who's your idol?" I always say Darren Shan. They're like, "Who?"
Yes, yeah.
Unless they're actually literate in any way, and of course they know who Darren Shan is.
Yeah. I blame my dad for this whole liking of Darren Shan because he brought back Cirque du Freak for me.
Okay, this is right. Okay, first Darren Shan book you ever read. How did you get it? What day?
Okay, it was.
How long did it take to read it, etc.
I can't remember, but my dad, mum, dad, brother, and sister had gone to Asda, which is for those people in America. It's a corporation of the Walmart company. Anyway,
I love Walmart.
Walmart's so cool. Anyway, came home and Dad was like, "I bought you a present," and I'm like, "Oh really? Is it a book?" And he was like, "Yes." So he handed me this book, and it had a picture of a spider on it. So I threw it on my bed, and I was like, "Yeah, it's got a spider in it. I really don't want to read it." But then I picked it up, and I was like, "Darren Shan, Cirque du Freak." So I was like, "Okay." So I read the first bit, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's based on a true story." Me being gullible, and I must have finished it that night. I didn't go to bed till about 3 o'clock in the morning because I was so engrossed in this book, and I was just like, "It's so cool." So yeah, that's how I got it.
Okay, I found my bit now. All right.
You didn't even say how you got your first book.
Oh, my first book. Okay, I'll do that now, and then I'll go into my Cyrus rant properly this time. Okay, my first book was we were in Chichester, which is the closest city to where I live. So it's hardly a city; it's more of a town. It does have a cathedral, but it's quite small.
But it's a city.
I went into a British bookstores and Sussex Stationers in Chichester. Which, yeah, it's cheap books, great.
$3.49 for a really big book.
And, yeah. So I went in there and I bought Cirque du Freak and Vampire's Assistant because I liked the covers. I thought they were cool. And then it was summer and we ended up going to my auntie's house. And my auntie Rainey and my mum are always talking. They talk forever. So I sat in the garden very bored. You'll know this story with relatives, etc. You do get very bored because they end up talking about complete crap for ages, pretty much like me. So
ours are interesting.
Yeah, well, they're interesting to us. I don't think anyone else will find them interesting.
No,
anyway,
probably turn off after the first minute.
Yeah, they probably. If there's anybody left, thank you for listening.
You all deserve a chocolate bar.
You deserve a chocolate bar, which I'd give to you if I knew who you were, where you were, and if I had enough money, which I don't. Anyway, yeah, so I sat in my auntie's garden and I got through the whole of Cirque du Freak and half of Vampire's Assistant, and I was hooked by that point pretty much. So yeah, and that was it.